Jungkook of BTS breaks down in tears mid concert after hearing a single message from a fan, a moment that left an entire stadium silent and the world talking, in a moment that no one inside the stadium was prepared for, and one that millions of fans around the world are still trying to process. BTS superstar Jungkook suddenly stopped in the middle of a live concert performance after hearing a message shouted from the crowd. What happened next transformed an ordinary concert night into one of the most emotional and talked about moments in recent BTS history. Witnesses described the atmosphere as electric just moments before everything changed. Tens of thousands of ARMY members filled the massive venue, waving glowing lightsticks beneath a sea of lights that stretched across the stadium like an endless galaxy. The energy was at its peak. Fans were singing every lyric, cheering every dance move, and celebrating what many had called one of the strongest performances of the tour. Jungkook appeared confident, energetic, and completely immersed in the show. His vocals were soaring, his interactions with fans were playful, and the crowd responded with deafening enthusiasm. Then, without warning, something happened. According to fans seated near the front sections, a voice from the audience managed to rise above the roar of the stadium during a brief pause between songs. What exactly was said became the subject of intense speculation almost immediately. Several audience members reported hearing a fan shout words of gratitude and support directed specifically at Jungkook. Others claimed the message referenced the sacrifices he had made throughout his career. Some believed it was a heartfelt statement about how he had changed lives through his music. Whatever the exact wording may have been, those who witnessed the moment agree on one thing: Jungkook heard it clearly. And his reaction was immediate. Video footage captured by fans shows the singer freezing for a brief moment. The smile that had been on his face slowly faded. He lowered his microphone and appeared to look into the crowd, searching for the source of the voice. At first, many assumed he was simply listening carefully. But within seconds, something extraordinary became visible. His eyes began to fill with tears. The massive screens surrounding the venue zoomed in, revealing an emotional expression that instantly sent shockwaves through the audience. Thousands of fans who had been cheering moments earlier suddenly fell silent. "I have never seen a stadium become quiet that fast," one attendee later told reporters. Everyone could tell something emotional had just happened. "We didn't know what he heard, but we knew it meant something to him." The silence lasted only a few seconds, but witnesses say it felt much longer. Jungkook attempted to speak. He raised the microphone toward his mouth as if preparing to address the audience. But no words came out. Instead, he paused and looked down. When he finally spoke, his voice reportedly trembled with emotion. Fans close to the stage said they could hear the strain in his voice as he tried to continue. Some immediately began crying themselves. Others reached for their phones, realizing they were witnessing a moment that would likely be remembered for years. As videos began appearing online, social media exploded. Within minutes, clips of the emotional scene spread across multiple platforms. Hashtags related to Jungkook began trending in numerous countries. Millions of users shared reactions, theories, and emotional messages of support. One viral post read, "We always see Jungkook making us smile. Tonight we saw how deeply he feels our love too." Another fan wrote, "I started crying the moment he cried. It felt like the entire stadium shared one heart." Industry observers noted that moments like this are rare, especially for artists performing in front of crowds of this size. Music analyst Daniel Harper explained that large-scale concerts often involve months of preparation and strict schedules. For an artist to become visibly emotional in the middle of such a performance tells you this was something genuine, he said. These are highly professional performers. They are trained to continue despite pressure, exhaustion, or unexpected challenges. When emotion breaks through, it usually comes from a very real place. As the night continued, the atmosphere inside the venue shifted dramatically. Fans who had arrived expecting an evening of music and celebration suddenly found themselves part of a deeply personal experience. Many began holding up messages on their phones and signs expressing support. Others chanted Jungkook's name. Witnesses say the emotional connection between artist and audience became stronger than ever. Several fans described seeing tears throughout entire sections of the stadium. One fan from California said, "It stopped feeling like a concert. It felt like a conversation between someone who has given everything and the people who appreciate him." Another attendee from London described the moment as unforgettable. "I have attended many concerts in my life. Nothing compares to seeing tens of thousands of strangers comforting an artist at the same time. It was beautiful and heartbreaking." The emotional significance of the moment quickly became a major topic across entertainment media. Television commentators discussed the unique relationship between BTS and their global fanbase. Experts pointed out that BTS has built a reputation not only through music but also through honesty and emotional openness. Over the years, the members have frequently spoken about pressure, expectations, personal growth, and gratitude toward fans. Many analysts believe this connection helps explain why the moment resonated so strongly worldwide. Veteran entertainment journalist Rebecca Collins said, "BTS fans don't just consume music. They feel connected to the artists on a personal level. When Jungkook cried, millions of people felt like they were seeing a friend become emotional." As more footage emerged, viewers noticed additional details that fueled discussion. Some videos appeared to show fellow BTS members watching Jungkook with concern. Others seemed to capture supportive gestures from the stage as he gathered himself. Fans analyzed every second of the recordings, searching for clues about what was happening emotionally in that moment. Online communities spent hours comparing angles and sharing eyewitness accounts. While interpretations varied, the overwhelming consensus remained the same: the emotional reaction was authentic. Behind the scenes, insiders familiar with major concert productions suggested that the pressure of global fame can create moments where even the strongest performers become overwhelmed. One industry source who has worked with international tours explained that artists often carry enormous emotional burdens invisible to the public. "Fans see the lights, the music, and the excitement," the source said. "What they don't always see are the years of hard work, sacrifice, loneliness, and responsibility. Sometimes a simple message cuts through all of that." That explanation seemed consistent with many fan theories. Across social media, countless users shared stories about how BTS music had helped them through difficult periods in their lives. Some wrote about overcoming personal struggles. Others described finding confidence, friendship, or hope through the group's songs. Many expressed a belief that Jungkook may have been emotionally affected by realizing the impact his work continues to have on people around the world. As the night progressed, the crowd responded with extraordinary support. Witnesses described waves of applause rolling through the stadium whenever Jungkook smiled or attempted to continue speaking. Several moments reportedly forced him to pause again as cheers grew louder. Fans seemed determined to send a message of their own: he was not alone. Television footage and fan recordings later showed audience members holding light sticks high in the air, creating a breathtaking visual display. From above, the venue reportedly looked like a glowing ocean of purple lights. Many observers described it as one of the most emotional scenes they had ever witnessed at a BTS concert. International reaction continued growing overnight. Entertainment programs in multiple countries highlighted the incident. News websites published timelines of events. Commentators analyzed fan reactions and the broader significance of emotional authenticity in modern celebrity culture. By morning, millions of people who had not attended the concert were watching clips and discussing the moment online. The story had become far larger than a single performance. It had evolved into a global conversation about gratitude, connection, and the emotional cost of stardom. Several psychologists interviewed by media outlets suggested that public emotional moments often resonate because they reveal humanity beneath celebrity status. "People know Jungkook as a global superstar," one expert explained. "But moments like this remind everyone that he is also a human being capable of feeling deeply moved by kindness and support." Fans echoed that sentiment repeatedly. One widely shared comment stated, "Tonight reminded us that even the strongest people need encouragement." Sometimes one sentence can mean everything. As dawn began arriving across different parts of the world, the emotional shockwave from the concert showed no signs of slowing down. What had started as a brief and unexpected moment inside a packed stadium was rapidly becoming one of the most discussed entertainment stories on the planet. News outlets across Asia, Europe, North America, and South America continued replaying footage of Jungkook's emotional reaction. Television anchors described the scene as one of the most heartfelt moments witnessed during a major international concert in recent years. Social media timelines remained flooded with clips, fan reactions, and emotional messages. Yet despite the endless discussion, the mystery surrounding the exact words spoken by the fan continued to deepen. As analysts and fans revisited every available recording frame by frame, a clearer picture of the atmosphere leading up to the moment began to emerge. According to several attendees, Jungkook had already appeared unusually reflective throughout portions of the concert. While he was energetic and charismatic as always, some fans noticed brief moments when he seemed to pause longer than usual while looking out at the audience. Others recalled that he spent more time interacting with fans during speaking segments, often smiling as he listened to their reactions. At the time, nobody thought much of it. Looking back, however, many wondered whether the emotional moment had been building long before it became visible. Several concertgoers described a powerful feeling of gratitude throughout the evening. BTS had once again gathered tens of thousands of fans under one roof, bringing together people from different countries, languages, cultures, and backgrounds. Many attendees had traveled great distances for the opportunity to see the group perform. Some had spent months saving money. Others had crossed international borders. For countless fans, the concert represented far more than entertainment. It represented years of memories, friendships, and personal experiences connected to BTS music. That context, experts say, may help explain why the emotional exchange resonated so deeply. The relationship between BTS and ARMY is unlike anything else in modern entertainment, said media researcher Caroline Mitchell. Fans often describe the music as part of important moments in their lives. Likewise, the members have consistently expressed appreciation for their fans. When those emotions meet in a live setting, extraordinary moments can happen. Throughout the following day, new eyewitness accounts continued appearing online. One fan seated close to the stage described seeing tears in Jungkook's eyes before many people around her noticed. "At first I thought the lights were reflecting," she explained. "Then I realized he was trying very hard not to cry." The entire atmosphere changed immediately. Another attendee recalled hearing a wave of concern ripple through nearby sections as giant screens focused on Jungkook's face. People stopped recording. They stopped cheering. Everyone was just watching him. It felt like nobody wanted to miss a second. That reaction was reflected in countless fan videos. In many recordings, the crowd can be heard becoming noticeably quieter as Jungkook struggled to regain his composure. Some fans could be heard encouraging him. Others shouted words of support. The collective response transformed what could have been an uncomfortable moment into something remarkably compassionate. Entertainment insiders noted that such reactions are not guaranteed during large-scale events. Yet in this case, the audience seemed instinctively united. As clips continued circulating online, millions of viewers who had not attended the concert experienced the moment for themselves. Many reported becoming emotional despite watching through a screen. Comment sections filled with messages from people describing how deeply they were affected. Some admitted they cried alongside Jungkook. Others reflected on their own experiences with gratitude, pressure, and emotional vulnerability. "I don't even know exactly what was said," one viewer commented. "But the sincerity in his reaction says everything." Another wrote, "This is why people connect with BTS. They never feel distant. They feel real." As speculation continued, industry veterans began discussing the tremendous expectations carried by global superstars. While fans often see glamorous performances in sold-out venues, experts emphasize that life at the highest level of fame comes with extraordinary responsibility. Every appearance is scrutinized. Every performance is analyzed. Every decision becomes public discussion. Despite that pressure, artists are expected to deliver perfection night after night. People forget how young some of these performers were when they entered the industry, explained veteran music executive Michael Grant. They spend years growing up under public attention. Moments like this remind us that behind every headline is a person experiencing genuine emotions. Fans appeared to embrace that perspective. Throughout the day, countless messages focused not on curiosity or speculation but on support. Hashtags encouraging Jungkook spread rapidly across multiple platforms. Fans shared artwork, letters, videos, and personal stories inspired by the emotional moment. Some organized projects designed to send positive messages. Others simply expressed gratitude for the years of music and memories he had given them. The overwhelming tone was one of appreciation rather than concern. Many fans felt that if a single message from the audience could move Jungkook to tears, then perhaps the best response was to return that same kindness on an even larger scale. Meanwhile, commentators continued examining the significance of the incident beyond the world of K-pop. Cultural analysts argued that the story resonated because it touched on universal emotions. Everyone understands the desire to be appreciated. Everyone understands moments when a few words arrive at exactly the right time. And everyone understands how unexpected kindness can sometimes break through emotional walls built over years. That universal quality helped transform a concert moment into an international headline. By evening, new footage surfaced from different angles inside the venue. While none provided definitive answers regarding the fans' exact words, several recordings captured the emotional aftermath in greater detail. Viewers could see Jungkook taking deep breaths, wiping away tears, and attempting to smile through overwhelming emotion. The audience's reaction became even more apparent from these angles. Thousands of lightsticks remained raised high in the air. Fans appeared determined to reassure him that he was surrounded by support. One widely shared clip showed the crowd erupting into cheers the moment Jungkook smiled again. The reaction was immediate and thunderous. According to fans who were present, that cheer felt less like applause and more like a collective embrace. It was as if everyone wanted to tell him the same thing at once, one attendee explained. "We were saying thank you back." As more stories emerged, several fans recalled personal encounters that highlighted Jungkook's reputation for sincerity. They described years of interactions during concerts, live streams, interviews, and public appearances where he consistently expressed gratitude toward supporters. Those memories added another layer to the emotional significance of the moment. Many fans felt that the tears reflected years of mutual appreciation finally colliding in a single unforgettable instant. Throughout entertainment circles, comparisons were made to other iconic emotional moments in music history. Yet many observers argued that this incident felt uniquely personal. There was no dramatic announcement. No major revelation. No shocking event. Instead, the moment centered on something surprisingly simple, a fan expressing heartfelt words and an artist genuinely moved by hearing them. That simplicity may ultimately be what gives the moment lasting power. In a media landscape often dominated by spectacle, the emotional exchange felt authentic.